Carson, are you still feeling like the new guy? I know everybody's a little different in terms of when you get acclimated. Where are you after a couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. Obviously, everything is still new. So just being in here these last couple weeks has been nice just to get used to the building, used to, all of the routines that go along with practice and everything, but just getting to know the guys. Obviously I'm not the only new guy in the locker room every year. There's some moving pieces and stuff. So, but everyone's been awesome, been super welcoming and embracing. And after, even just 2 weeks, like I already feel a little bit at home here and excited for it.
Jamiello.
Skipped out of order, Matt. It's freaked me out there a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, Carson, what was I guess the same question was getting to know. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me go a different direction. What are you going to be? Zach Pascal mentioned you guys are going to get together after these voluntary OTAs. And what is that going to entail?
Yeah, not 100% sure of the details yet. We'll get together here, maybe even in June, and then probably in July as well. And I've done that in the past in Philly as well. And it's just a great time to not just get the physical work on the field, but to get together and bond outside of football and just really build relationships, get to know guys. And I look forward to that every summer. I look forward to doing that again once or twice this summer as well.
Zach Kiefer.
Carson, you and Frank pick up right where you left off. It's been a long time since you guys worked together. I'm just curious, did some of it come back? Was it new stuff? Are there challenges? I'm sure there's going to be some things you have to learn as you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of learning. It's still a lot of learning. And, I think where we picked up off, though, is just that we still totally understand each other. He understands how I see the game. I kind of know how he sees the game. And I think we kind of just picked up on that right away and jumped right back in. But it's still a lot of learning and understanding the offenses and just some different detailed things within each play and all of that stuff. So, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to work with him again, and I'm looking forward to it.
Is the offense pretty new for you?
I'd say yes and no. It's a lot of new terminology, a lot of new language, some similar carryover with schemes and stuff, but there's still plenty of new that for me is kind of exciting. Keeps it fresh, keeps it new, and it's exciting for me to keep kind of digging in and learning some more.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Carson, it's been well documented the Christian faith that you and Frank have together. How does that go hand in? How do you guys correlate that with football? I mean, do you guys talk about it a lot? Can you kind of just talk about your connection there?
Yeah, I mean it's cool because at the end of the day, we both come from the same background, and we at the end of the day, no matter wins, losses, all of that stuff, we both know what's the main thing in our life, and we know what our priorities and our values and where we stand on that. So we always have that connection. That connection's always there. Sometimes we talk about it a couple days straight. Other times we don't talk about it at all. And it's just, that's just how it is, even with other believers. You're always challenging, encouraging each other, sharing things. So that's been the same. And shoot, we did that in Philly quite a bit. Still do that here. And it's been fun to kind of, dive deeper in our relationship through faith as well.
George Bremer.
Carson, several guys have said that you haven't just tried to get to know them, you tried to get them to know them on a personal level. Why is that important to you, and how do you think that'll help moving forward?
Yeah, I just think just getting to know guys is always a big part of the camaraderie and the chemistry in the locker room, and not just the surface level, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, but which that always happens. But just trying to understand, who they are as people, family, wife, kids, all of those things that we can just really bond and connect on a different level. Because then when we're out there on Sundays, we have a deeper relationship, and we just really trust each other and love each other that much more.
Stephen Holder.
Hey, Carson. As you know, I mean, Frank had Phillip Rivers as his quarterback last year. You guys are very different, just skill set. And so that being said, what can you say about Frank's ability and Marcus and everybody else, their ability to cater to what the quarterback does well within the scheme and the scheme, being able to allow for that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of said it. Their track record really speaks for itself, and being able to do that really every year. Frank in this offense, there's been somebody different, it almost seems. And so to really just kind of cater to what each guy does well and not change the playbook per se, but just kind of some nuances within how we call the game and all of that stuff. And even just talking through some of that has been fun and exciting, just to how we can look the same, but, a little different than, maybe how they were last year and stuff. So it's been fun. It's refreshing. And it really, the track record speaks for itself of how they've done that. And I'm excited to do that again next year.
Joel Erickson.
Hey, Carson, since we last talked to you, you've gotten to throw with everybody and you're working with Frank on the offense. What's been the thing that excites you most about this offense so far?
Yeah, there's just a lot of talent. There's a lot of, I see it in watching the film from last year and just how they really spread the ball around and, get everybody involved. And I see that completely being the same way again this year. And that excites me because it's never just a one-man show out there. It's, we're going to go – I'm going to throw the ball where it's supposed to go on each play and not necessarily just picking guys and get everybody involved. And that excites me because everybody has a unique skill set. Everybody's talented. And we have the ability to spread it around and give everyone some love and be an explosive offense that way.
When you can spread it around, how does that, I guess, free you up at the line of scrimmage when you're looking at defenses?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it makes it easy, but, you're not overthinking things. You're just, I'm going to go with the ball where the defense tells me to go, pretty much. And within each concept and all of those things, you're not overthinking things. You're just read and react and trust that each guy's going to be where they need to be, get open on time, all of those things. And there's a lot of trust involved with this offense. And each guy I'm excited about just because there is a lot of talent on this offense.
Mike Chappell.
Carson, you mentioned you're one of many new faces, but you are the quarterback, obviously. Is it important to make this offense and this team your team, or is that overblown?
I think that's overblown. I think for one, Frank really sets the tone. Coach Reich sets the tone, and there's a lot of great leadership. That's what I've already seen, both sides of the ball. And so for me, it's not about making it my team by any means. It's just how do I fit in? How do I plug in? And how do we kind of maybe tweak some nuances within the offense and different things and really just be a family and make it really a team that we're all in this thing together. And that's been fun to see even just over these 2 weeks, how we all kind of fit together and different personalities, different backgrounds, different pieces all come together out there. And even just these 2 weeks, it's been fun to see, and I'm excited for the season.
Some of the players have talked about how you've been very approachable and all that in the locker room. Does that just come natural to you, or is that something you've really had to try to do outside of yourself because you're the new guy in the block?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it's natural. I enjoy getting to know guys and, hearing their stories, their backgrounds, all of those things, especially this time of year. Obviously, there's a little extra free time, both in the building and outside of the building. So just getting to know guys and is something that I truly enjoy. The relationships I've made through football, through my whole life, or lifelong friendships and relationships. And I look forward to, many of those guys are in this locker room now. And I look forward to continuing to build those relationships both on and off the field.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go three more. Sal Powell.
Hey, Carson, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Sal?
All right, good. Hey, Carson, you come to a playoff team. You're with Coach Reich. You mentioned all the talent that you have around you. There's a lot of talk around the league that there's no quarterback under more pressure this year than Carson Wentz. How do you react to that, and how do you attack that?
Yeah, I mean, for one, I didn't know that, so thank you. But two, it's something that, this is the game we play. This is a position that I've chosen, and there's always pressure. There's always going to be pressure. There's always going to be expectations. Those things are always going to be there. And for me, it's just, it's been the same thing my whole career. It's just go to work. Just go to work, get better every day, and block out the outside noise, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. And, I've really felt I felt a lot of excitement around here and a lot of, obviously we have high expectations and all of those things, but just the culture and how, it's just, hey, one day at a time mindset, that's the mindset of this team. And that's the mindset that I'm going to take every single day I come to work.
When you studied what happened to you last year, what did you feel like you had to fix as a player and as a person?
Yeah, I wouldn't say quote fix, but every year you kind of go into this mode, and it's the off season. You get away, you take a breather, but then B, you reflect and you say, okay, physically, where can I get better? Mentally, where can I get better? Emotionally, how can I get better? It's nothing crazy, but it's just little things of fundamentals and different things, and how I see the game. Processing all of that stuff. And so just within this new offense, talking through a lot of those things with the new coaches and everything, working together, working through those things, it's been really good.
Thank you.
Kevin Bowen.
Carson, you just referenced the new offense. How new, I guess, is it to you? Like if you had to put a percentage of what you knew walking in the door a few weeks ago.
I mean, it's fairly new. A lot of things are similar schematically. Pretty much everything's a new name. Still kind of feels like a foreign language and studying and all of those things. And to be honest, it's something you take for granted over, 5 years, you have the same offense, you're kind of just, it's the same. It's the same on repeat, and you kind of take that for granted. So I've enjoyed really diving in and understanding just the plays to a new level and how we're calling it, what we're calling it, all of those things. So there's not a ton of carryover as far as the language and terminology, but there's schematically quite a bit.
And then without like the normal OTAs, normal mini camp, things like that, can you replicate like not having that? Is that difficult to try and replicate given the fact that you are in a new atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is hard to replicate. We've been fortunate as a team to get in here for these 2 weeks. It hasn't been full on practices and those types of things, but to even just get in the huddle, call the plays, get to the line, make our checks, go through our reads, even if it's half speed tempo, it's just been really good and kind of sets us up for when we get into training camp. We don't have to go through those motions of feeling it out, figuring all the logistics and the simple things. We can come into camp ready to roll. And, I think those 2 weeks have been really good for us, but you'll never replicate a full practice and you'll never replicate a game. So, we're going to do everything we can to set ourselves up for success, but the test is going to be on Sundays.
All right, last one, JJ.
Carson, how's it been getting you and your family settled in Indianapolis and just kind of getting that part of your life in order?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, honestly. It's been a whirlwind. It's been extremely busy and moving pieces and moving companies and furniture, you name it. Furniture's all on back order like crazy, so that's always fun. But it's been fun. The community's been extremely welcoming and has embraced us tremendously. And we've been able to, get out in the community, go do some fun things. And, it's been fun and we definitely love it here.
Okay, thanks, guys.